Ever felt like your body and soul were in a battle that no one could see? When the fight is real and the pain cuts deep, where do you turn? Hi, I'm Crystal, and if you're walking through struggles, pain, or battles you can't seem to shake, this channel is for you. We dive deep into the Word to find strength, intimacy, and hope in God's presence. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Today we're talking about Psalm 17. It's raw, gritty, and painfully human. David isn't praying from a safe, sterile place of piety. He's pleading with God from the trenches. His body is under siege, and it becomes the stage for this urgent cry. He's not just asking for deliverance in some disembodied, abstract sense. No, David's words are drenched in sweat, blood, and the brutal reality of the physical world. This is a prayer of someone whose muscles ache with the fight, whose body is marked by the scars of his enemies. David's call for justice is embodied in verse 8. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. Picture the vulnerability of that. The apple of your eye isn't just a sweet metaphor, it's a primal plea. The eye is the most sensitive part of the body, and here David is asking God to protect him with the ferocity of a parent guarding their most fragile possession. The shadow of your wings isn't just poetic fluff, it's the image of God's physical protection surrounding him. David isn't praying from a distance. He wants to be held, his body sheltered by God's own. The tension in the psalm rises as David describes his enemies. He paints a chilling picture. They close their hearts with pity. The tension in the psalm rises as David describes his enemies. He paints a chilling picture. They close their hearts to pity. With their mouths they speak arrogantly. They have now surrounded our steps. They set their eyes to cast us to the ground. This is no spiritual metaphor. These aren't enemies of the soul. They are enemies of the body, out for blood, out to destroy, to physically crush David to the earth. And David, in the rawness of his prayer, admits it. His body's in danger and he needs God's tangible, real intervention. But what's most intimate here isn't the physical threat. It's the way David speaks to God, as if he's the only one who can truly understand the ache of the body. When David says, I call upon you, for you will answer me, O God, he's not just calling out for help. He's calling out to someone who knows him intimately, someone who has seen every wound, every bruise on his flesh. David doesn't just want a God who listens from a distance. He wants a God who touches, who enters the battlefield with him, who knows the weight of the fight on his bones and the promises deliverance. In the end, David's hope isn't just that his body will be saved for today, but that his body will be made whole in the presence of God. As for me, I shall behold your face in righteousness. When I awake, I shall be satisfied with your likeness. The awakening here is more than a sleep. It's a resurrection. David's longing isn't just to survive the battle, but to see the face of the one who knows every battle scar and with a touch heals every wound. Psalm 17 is a prayer that plunges into the deepest parts of who we are, the body, the soul, and the intimacy we're called to with God. In the most desperate physical moments of life, when we're crushed in body and spirit, God promises to shield us, not from a distance, but in the closest, most intimate way. Will you bring your broken, aching body to Him and let Him hold you? How has God shown up for you in the past in your battles, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you've experienced His closeness already in your hardest moments. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button to get more devotions that dive deeply into raw, real truths of Scripture. Let's keep walking this journey together with God by our side.